That's recording. Okay. I gotta start freeing up space. I only have 34 minutes left on that.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Welcome back. Bust out a few push-ups. Bust out a few push-ups and get the baby oil out. It's time to get pumped up. We're at the...
That's your intro?
No, I just said that. The first thing I thought of was baby oil and push-ups. I don't know. Don't ask me. My head's in a weird place.
Wow.
This is the More Than Meatheads podcast with Cheyne and Luis. Oh my god.
Plot twist.
Yeah. I only did that so I could stall because I can't even remember our handle again. But it is the _meatheads on Instagram, More Than Meatheads on Facebook, and also on YouTube. You will see a lot more of us, More Than Meatheads. Give us a follow, give us a subscribe. That's what it is on YouTube.
Smash that subscribe button.
This is where we have to edit the button.
Yeah.
And
also, a
also,
little thumbs up comes up.
yes, on the interwebs, you can find us at morethanmeatheads.com. And what does that mean?
.com.
There you go. Not horror convention?
Not
oh,
horror.
Man.
That is not going to be something we do every episode now.
No, it's not. But I'm going to study Duolingo. Listen, I got it. We'll get it going together.
Shit, just Dora the Explorer will do.
Yeah. Just call me Diego.
They were cousins. Stop it.
So, we're back, and we're going to be talking about today. We actually have a topic, not just free form.
Yeah.
Bro, you went out of the country.
I went on a walkabout.
Oh, you took a plane to a walkabout.
Yeah. Basically yes. That's what I did.
All right. So let's just set this up contextually. You planned a vacation.
So I saw a YouTube video by some dude. I won't name him because I DM'd him because he happened to be there at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah, that I was, and I was like,
never meet your heroes.
I didn't even get a chance to. So I DM'd him and I was like, oh my god, I'm here because I saw your video a couple years ago during COVID and I wanted to do this hike and I'm like one city away from you. It's still on red. He never.
Oh, he read it though.
He never replied.
Did he read it? Did he read it?
I think so. At this point, yeah. So anyway, so I watched this video on.
What is he supposed to say? Oh, cool.
No, because he says in his YouTube videos, oh, if you're gonna do this trip, tag me, let me know, I'll talk to you about it, yada yada yada. I'm just like, yeah, it'd be great. Yeah, sure.
He's like, oh, no one's supposed to take me up on that.
No, because he said, well, I don't know if it's true now. Now I'm gonna, wonder. He says that he'll see people on the trail that they recognize him from his videos, and he says hi to, and he'll sit down and talk to them and whatnot.
That was all a lie.
Whatever.
That was all a lie.
I was in fool's paradise this whole time, and I walked my ass right out on that one. So.
Is that like Gangster's Paradise?
Oh, Julio, RFE.
Oh.
Well. But yeah, so I watched this video on Patagonia, the Chile side, a couple years ago. And I've been going on more hikes. I like to do some outdoorsy stuff via the Spartan races or whatever obstacle course race I'm doing. And I was just like, I want to do this. So I set myself a budget, I saved for it. Then COVID took off, and I was just like,
you wanted to do what?
Be out in the woods and just see these sights and see these.
So sights being like
Patagonia.
So hikes.
Yeah.
Like hiking is it? So it's not. Everybody does Machu Picchu.
That's right? In Peru.
Yeah, and then
with all the basic bitch pictures of just sitting on the edge with the ruins in the.
Don't act like you didn't go to Patagonia with your Uggs, okay? But
actually, I didn't. I did borrow some hiking boots though from a female.
Yeah, but I mean,
thanks, Jessica.
This is a hiking. This is a hiking adventure.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This is not. I would not label this. By my connotation, a vacation is when you go somewhere and relax. You're beachside, you're chilling out. It's what Vanessa and I did in the Grand Caymans when we went there in July. This was not going to be that because this was going to be an active trip. Now, fast forward a little bit. Had I known what I was getting myself into, I may not have gone. I am one to usually recommend activities and adventures of this sort. This one was pretty intense. This one involved a different level of activity that was like, oh shit, I learned about myself on this one.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You went on a vision quest.
Of sorts. It as many steps as I took externally, I took a lot of steps internally as well. So it was definitely a learning experience. First of all, even before going there, I felt for the level of organization that I needed for this trip, I have never done. Mm-hmm. I made a Word document with links because I had to take an overnight flight from here to Santiago, and then from there book a hotel that I stayed in Santiago for 36 hours, then book another flight further south in Chile to then not stay in that city at all and just take a bus a few hours later to another town and stay there for a day, and then take a bus to the national park, in which I would be doing this hiking excursion for 4 days, and then booking that trip even in of itself, which was a whole other separate thing.
It's so weird that I'm so conditioned while you're describing this. Like, in my head is that old school 90s graphic of the map of the world, and I see a plane going.
You do the Indiana Jones thing.
Yeah.
You're going.
I don't know why.
It's
so weird.
Yeah.
God, I'm so American.
Right.
America. But so when you said it's different, so just organizational skills, just when it comes to the logistics of getting there.
Yes, I felt like I was invading a small country.
Now, what do you think? What do you think about Wolverines? So, what do you think about the organizational skills necessary to plan a vacation that is active versus, like you mentioned before, just lying on a beach, right? That's one activity versus if it's active, you're doing multiple activities. I'm sure there's multiple hikes throughout the day.
Yes.
So it's going to require a little bit more effort on the front end, right?
Well, yes, a lot of effort on the front end because you have to be strategic. Now, there's what I went on in Patagonia is known as the W Trek. The route that you take literally shapes out a W. There's different tour groups that run the trip, either starting right to left, you go basically north, south, north, and you're working your way W that way, or W the other way. My W started from the right-hand side and worked its way left. So it was a 4-day hike staying in different hostels, and there were different levels of stay in the sense of if you are an experienced camper, they will rent you the campsite and you bring all your worldly possessions with you.
Tiers of manhood.
Ooh, fuck.
That's what you're saying.
Basically, so
yeah.
Thanks.
So which tier were you on?
Glamping.
But in all seriousness, if someone wanted to find out the details, you're not going to be like that YouTuber who we won't mention unless we want to tag him in this video, which would be amazing. If someone wanted to find out logistics of how you did it and what you went about, would they DM you at more_than_meatheads on
Wow, you want to
Instagram?
run that again?
Would they DM you there?
Yes, they can.
Oh, okay.
They can.
I was wondering.
Or if anyone has questions about how to schedule this, I feel after this experience of I can be an ambassador of not only the tour group, which was I don't even want to describe
maybe a hike influencer.
It's just me holding boots. But yeah, I feel like the level of achievement that I unlocked, it feels like a video game, which is 1,000 points. It's just but yeah, because I didn't go. I knew myself in the sense of as much as I love camping because I've done it once. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to carry around a tent with an oven and all my food with me for the next 4 days.
Your own water filtration system and all that.
Actually, I did that. I did bring it.
Oh.
But I ended up not using it because the glacier water was amazing.
Oh, I thought you just drink alcohol and you'd be fine. Like the old school pilgrim mentality.
Yeah,
I'll just drink beer.
I drank my own piss.
Yeah.
It's glacier water. But no, I didn't do that. And then they offer the second tier option, which is they set up the tent for you and you can sleep outside. The winds in Patagonia are something that I've never experienced before. And everyone's just like, oh yeah, it's fine. It's pretty warm in the tent. The sleeping bags are this and you have a sleeping mat and everything like that. I'm just like, yeah, no.
No?
No, I went sleeping inside in a hostel.
Oh, no?
Instead.
You didn't go climb on a mountaintop and just act like Pocahontas? Like you just wanted to paint with all the colors?
Of the blue corn moon?
Yes! Yes! I'm so happy. I'm gonna go watch that. Yes.
Stuck in my head. But no, I did the indoor one, and I was happy for my choice. And even that was just an awkward thing. I've never stayed in a hostel before, so it was a bunch of firsts for me.
Oh, bunk beds with a bunch of strangers? That's awkward for you?
Yeah. So shocker, I made friends along the way there.
It's not a shock.
And so I just kept hanging out with the same people along the way. So even on the bus getting to the national park, I was like, oh, okay, I'm listening to these people talk. I'm like, they seem cool, whatever. Started talking to them.
I can definitely see you be the guy the second day, I made friendship bracelets. Okay, guy.
No, I'm the bubbly one at the breakfast table. Everyone's having breakfast. Like, morning, good morning, hey.
So we're gonna get more into this, but the goal is to have concise or at least directed episodes this season.
Yes.
It's the second season. And so we're going to get more into this throughout the season, right? But I just want to pick up on a couple things where you're talking about as far as you planned an active vacation.
Mm-hmm.
When you deal with clients on a regular basis, usually they're training for something and a particular event. And more often than not, the vacation involved is you're saying lying on a beach or on a cruise.
A sack of potatoes.
Yeah, and it's strange to me when you sit back and think about it. It's not like I'm immune to it, but you sit back and think about it. It's I worked my ass off to then sit on it. I don't want to do anything. I just want to look good and not be functional in any way.
So I now in the span of 1 year between July and October on my 2 trips, Grand Cayman, I trained for it because I'm going to be shirtless a lot on the beach and whatever the case may be. So, Vanessa and I are pretty active. We like to lead active lifestyles. We were there for 6-7 days. We went to the gym a few times in the mornings and we walked around a lot. That I'm just wait, I worked out this hard. I don't know how much I want to indulge in pigging out on food, because I was also putting myself on a nutrition plan because I wanted to lean out.
Yeah, and you go to your vacation and you're looking like that after picture. You come back looking like before picture.
Yeah, and that's happened to me where I'm just fuck, I just threw all my work out the window just for or I could have been more not, conscious about it and made slightly healthier choices, but still have a good time and not, fall off the wagon, eat the wagon, and then just eat the floor that it landed on as well.
Yeah.
Situation.
Wagon wheel pancakes, love them. So
it's a thing.
Yeah, when you go to plan a vacation, and for you, what would be a recommendation for? First of all, without getting into it, would you recommend the trip you went on?
I would recommend the trip that I went on, but it's one of those planned accordingly.
Yeah. So what kind of vacation would you recommend for someone to take? Because the thing is, the problem is, depending on what meme you're looking at, right? It always makes me. It's supposed to be inspirational, but also makes me feel bad about myself. It's live a life you don't want to escape from. It's well, sometimes I want to just take a vacation.
Yeah. I've seen that. It's live a life that you don't need a vacation.
Yeah, you're okay, cool. Yeah, I got it.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I'll get your self-help book. All right, live stoically. Got it. Thanks. But if you were recommending that, where you want an active type of vacation, what would be some recommendations that you would give to a client?
What I would recommend is,
because you got a ton of steps in without even thinking about it, right? You don't have to necessarily train for something where you have to it doesn't have to be regimented.
No.
Where if you take a vacation from anything, you just relax on certain rules, and you give yourself that mental break. The regiment component is you come in here at sets and reps. You come into Pressure Fitness over on 18th Street in Chelsea. DM
123 West 18th Street.
But if you do that, it's regimented. Yeah, it's regimented. Where if you go on a vacation, it's you got a ton of active steps in. You were active throughout, and you actually opposite of me on a Spartan race, you lost weight.
I tend to have that habit that, where since I work out, stress levels are different. Quality of food tends to go up once I leave the country. I'll come back in actually better shape sometimes. Not every time, but a lot of the times. On this trip, it was interesting. I actually came back leaner and healthier because one, in my W trek, those 4 days that I was there, 20 miles of walking each fucking day.
So maybe not that extreme, but you would recommend.
No, that was pretty extreme.
You would recommend an adventure.
I would definitely recommend an
vacation.
adventure. And if that's your goal to build up to, I would definitely suggest. First of all, you could do something like that without having to go so far. You could do domestic trips in this country. You can go to Arizona.
Yeah, Grand Canyon.
Exactly. And just hike and like carry a backpack. Because the other thing, it's like I've taught myself little hacks on trips in the sense of being efficient.
Yeah.
I saw people that were doing the same trip that I was, of the glamping it, as I like to call it, but still brought too much stuff with them.
Yeah.
I was able to live out of my 22-liter backpack, and people had these tremendous backpacks on them where they just overpacked.
Yeah, not for nothing. Like, you're saying that's you don't have to go as far. Domestically, we have some beautiful, like, just landscape here.
Oh yeah.
But wherever you're at, there is going to be some type of like, oh yeah, that's a nice little touch of God. That's amazing to look at.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I
think people lose track of that, where they get into this place where they're going on vacation, and it's like, well, what's the vacation that you're going to? Like, it's very beautiful to be on a beach, but there are so many other options.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to explore that a little bit, before you know it, while you're doing that, you actually get more, I don't want to say in touch with nature, but you actually kind of feel a little bit better about things.
Well, that's the beauty of nature, in that nature is everywhere. Nature is international and national.
It's humbling while it connects you, because
Yes.
it's like, oh, okay, if I'm standing on the front of a canyon or getting pushed around by those winds, right?
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
I'm so small.
Yes, it's very humbling.
Yeah,
in that sense.
so you are able to take a break from your own ego.
Yes.
And I think that's what everyone should do in some type of way, shape, or form, is to take a break from taking themselves so seriously. And if you can use a vacation to do that, that'd be amazing.
I think that's the word vacation, like, the root word of it is vacate. And that literally means to leave the area that you're in.
Oh, I don't even have to look at my word of the day email now.
That's your etymology.
That's
the more you know. Bling. But yeah, it's like, and that's the beauty of like immersing yourself in a different area than what you're accustomed to. Like, look at all these like stimulus that we're surrounded by that are not organic. Between noises on the train, noises on the street, and all those things, and the stress levels, and the energy and that frequency that it vibrates at. And you take yourself completely out of it, where I was just like by a massive lake and a glacier and mountains and these granite topped peaks.
Yeah.
I'm just like, where am I right now? What am I doing?
Yeah. You're like, oh, I'm in what's it, National Geographic. Like, this is amazing.
I'm in a desktop picture right now.
Yeah.
And that was my goal. And I got those pictures too. It's just like this has happened to me also in Croatia, where pictures didn't do it justice. So I stopped taking pictures. I took a few pictures, but then I was just like, I'm gonna stop taking pictures because like this is just for me.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going for as well. But once again, you don't have to do 20 miles a day, which in hindsight, like had I known I was gonna get into 20 miles a day of hiking up and down mountains, this isn't just flat surface. This isn't just like walking from one end of Manhattan to the other and back. This is traversing uneven terrain and scaling and
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why, again, you don't have to go that extreme, but there's a reason why there's so many like influencers and naturopathic doctors. That's not a real thing.
No.
But
were you going homeopathic?
No, there's like naturopathic. There's like naturopathic. They say these things, and it's just like, oh, you're just making up words. I can do that.
Yeah.
What do you do? You know what I mean?
It's like that chick that made up her own morphs.
Yeah,
like,
you're like, what are you doing?
There's only three. Ecto, meso,
just make up your own thing. But the reason why these things exist and the reason why these people are so successful is because of exactly what you're saying, is that, and if I can relate this to an analogy, which would be caffeine, right? As trainers, we get put in a position where we are on a ton of stimulants all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And you build up a certain tolerance to that.
Yeah.
So imagine all the tolerance that you built up to all these different stressors and stimulants outside of that. And it's like, if you've ever taken a break from caffeine, first of all, it sucks. But if you make it through your, looking like Scene and Ray, if you make it through those withdrawal symptoms and you come back to it, you are all of a sudden more sensitive to it and you appreciate it more, and it actually does the job it's supposed to do. Like, it's actually supposed to like pick you up a little bit, and that's it. It's not supposed to keep my heart rate's going right now.
It's not supposed to tweak.
Yeah, like I'm shaking all the time. That's not right.
I can vibrate through the
wall. I'm like a leaf on the wind. But it's one of those things where if you can do that in your life, where you just take a break, like you said, vacate from these stimulants and stressors and all that, and then just apply one, like say exercise. You know, where you're like, okay, this is the stress of exercise to hike, on a mild way. You don't have to be Superman. You can Clark Kent it. Mild mannered walking and hiking.
Man, I had issues turning off my competitiveness.
Yeah,
where they were like, oh, this is because they use kilometers out there. It's like, oh, this is 4.5 kilometers from this point to the next hostel. It takes most people 5 hours. I was like, pour my beer. I'll be there before it gets cold. And I would just take off. It was just like, anyone have the fastest time locked? Who is it? Yeah. Just smoking people along the trail.
And then you're sitting there drinking your beer that you left behind, and they're like, great job.
Okay. It's like, we had a great time.
Yeah.
Like, really? I've been here for 40 minutes.
Sitting by yourself?
Yeah, and they're like, that's great. That's good for you. I'm like, right?
Yeah, that's the best. So I'm like, oh, okay, gold star, or whatever it is that you need to feel validation. You do you. But that's all we're saying, is that, we can, even if you do that on like, my brother and sister-in-law, they like to do cruises. And you can even do that on a cruise.
I'm afraid to do it.
But just because you're on a floating buffet does not mean you have to hit the buffet.
Yeah.
Because the problem is the competitive nature still. Like, how many plates did you get?
Oh, my dad and I used to do that. The game didn't start after 3 plates.
Yeah, that's like, why are we doing that? Whereas you just look at it as like, oh, okay, I'm traveling to these different destinations to plan these little adventures. And in that way, you can serve yourself much more and actually get more out of it in an enriching experience. So you come back to your regular life, you come back to it, and you're actually ready to go all in, and you're actually refreshed and rejuvenated. If you go into a situation where it drains you, like say you just do nothing but drinking, or you do nothing but staying up completely, like not getting any sleep whatsoever, just laying on a beach and getting dehydrated, you come back and it's like,
you need a vacation from your vacation.
Yeah, you get back and you're just like, you don't want to be here even more. So what the hell was the point of the vacation? Just get a new life.
We're not endorsing suicide.
Yeah.
But it's like,
get a life, pal. No, but that's really what it is that you went on a vacation and you got way more out of it.
I also enjoy visiting other countries and seeing what they do with their resources, and living in a country of.
That's why I occasionally go to New Jersey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you want to go to a third world country, but you don't want to stay there.
No, it's nice to visit, but you don't live there. But it is interesting to see how they do it.
Yeah.
And what they do with their resources, and it's like, oh, I would not have thought of that. And us living in this country of so many resources, it's a little bit. It's very easy to be spoiled by it almost and take it for granted. So it's enjoyable to see how much more they can get out of so much less at the same time. They're like, oh, that's cool, yeah. So then when I come back here, I'm just like, oh, I don't need as much. That's also giving me perspective on it. It's like I can make do without that. I don't need it. I don't need it. It's fine. So it was good.
I like you're a nice little travel guide. I like this.
Yeah, I have a. They're almost like medals for myself or nice little tokens. I keep all the tour books that I get, like the Lonely Planet or the Frodors, from those countries that I've been to. So those are the books I like to keep.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
So if anyone has any recommendations for us to go on little adventures, DM us at more_than_meatheads on Instagram.
Shane does have a passport.
I do. Is that still good?
I
got it specifically to train fighters in the Dominican Republic. That's a story for another time. All right, so we'll see you next time.
See, papi. Thanks for listening, guys. We try to keep it fun, functional, and factual, because it's the only F that we still give. Take care of one another. Don't be assholes. Bye.